It's so weird because I feel like I should have end of the year reflections, what I'm manifesting for the new year, but I like don't. I feel like I'm just treating this next year as like just a continuation of my life. I feel like there's a lot of pressure to like start from scratch in the start of a new year, kind of like rebuild or use it as a new starting line or like use it as a fresh slate, but like there's really not. Like I say this all the time, but a new year starts every day. Okay, it's December 27th, and I could start my New Year's resolutions today because in 1 year it will be December 27th again. I think it's just because it's easy and symbolic of a new thing. So we just feel like we have to do that too. But I don't think we need to. And like, this is not a perspective I had last year or like any of the years before. I felt like every single year was a new event for me. And I felt like I had to kind of live around it when really it's the other way around. So, because it's the end of the year and I don't feel like it's symbolic of anything other than a continuation of my life, I'm just gonna keep on moving along. Like, I'm flying back to New York tomorrow. I don't really know what I'm doing for New Year's. I used to do like vision boards every single year, but after I realized that your life can literally change just like that, and it's also gonna require your goals to change too, I was like, a yearly vision board just seems so unrealistic. This time last year, I was just telling my cousin about this. This time last year, I was planning to move to Australia. I was planning to save up my money for the spring, apply for my visa, work through the summer, quit my job before my program ended, move back home, and then move to Australia to figure my life out. But here I am, spending the holidays in Arizona. My mom's no longer with me. I'm in New York now. My hair's blonde. My life just looks so different than I ever thought it would. I just don't think that was something, I don't know. I think that was something I really struggled with before. I always just felt like if I didn't have like something to look towards or like something, if I didn't have something to work towards, I felt like I was lost. And I think that's normal, but if anything, I think it makes it harder because sometimes, because it can just be really easy to like be married to your vision or goals and whatever. And when it doesn't happen like that, you fall apart, or like while you're working towards whatever these goals might be, you might be really rigid and you're kind of like blocking opportunities from coming in. I think what I have found has worked out better is just creating like monthly vision boards. And I've been doing this in my like monthly reset videos, and they've been really helpful. Like honestly, they've been really helpful in keeping me accountable for just living life more presently, being more in the moment, actually doing those things I've said I wanted to do. I think one of the biggest things on my mind is I'm worried about how next year will unfold because I don't have any trips planned. So much of this year was filled with travel and just like chasing after opportunities that I've always wanted to say yes to. And so that has like given me some structure, I guess, to like plan for and live around. But next year, I don't have anything planned. And I'm kind of nervous because traveling kind of gave me like a crutch for my grief. It gave me like a little bit of a rubric or structure. It was a little bit of like an escape plan or a getaway from New York when it got too chaotic, or a little change of pace, or a man-made plot twist. Going into the next year, I don't really have any of that, so I'm a little nervous of how it's gonna unfold. But then my cousin mentioned a good point. She was like, well, a lot of your trips were also spontaneous. And she's right. Like, okay, up until like April, I didn't plan anything. I damn near didn't even really plan my move to New York yet. But then after that, it was like I went to New York, I booked Italy, the Hamptons fell into my lap. I went to Maine, that also fell into my lap. Going to Vegas on a whim, going to Miami again, going to Florida again, coming here. Like, okay. So I guess most of it was very spontaneous. I just really hope that I stay open to new ideas and just being flexible about my plans. I think so much magic has come out of letting myself stay open to possibilities rather than just being really rigid and controlling them. So I think the third thing is that I want to be more selective about my yeses. When I was traveling all of last year, when I was just very receptive to anything, just bidding for happiness, I said yes to like probably 99.9% of things that came my way. Whether it was hangouts, bars, restaurants, dates, well, not all dates. Traveling, like really any spontaneous opportunity was an opportunity to feel light again. And when I think back at those moments, there was a time, maybe towards the end of the year, I honestly think it was Miami, when I realized that my taste for experiences started to change. Like, I think I realized I just developed a standard and that I didn't have to say yes to everything because sometimes the no would be better than the yes. What do I mean by this? So when I was there, I had actually planned to go with this like art collecting group that I've been a part of in New York. And like they had put together this whole itinerary where it was like a week of Miami Art Week events. And the whole thing was like $700, $800, something like that, some crazy amount for just event access. Craziest part, we weren't even gonna go to the official Miami Art Basel convention. And I was like, what is this? I really want to go. And I called my dad and I was like, I need a sponsor. And he was like, that seems like kind of a lot. Like, can you tell me more about this? Like, how many people are going? Are we getting like airfare or lodging? Like, what's the plan? We talked about it and realized that it would just be easier for me to just plan something solo and meet up with him if I wanted to. So that's what I did. And I am so glad I did that. I'm so glad I did that. And I said no to them because when I got there, I met up with some of the girls on the beach and they were telling me about how it was all a scam and that they wanted to ask for their money back. As soon as I heard that, like I just heard my dad's voice in the back of my head being like, told you so. Like, I'm glad that we pulled back and just thought about this for a second. He was like, there are going to be a lot of people in this world, especially in New York, who are gonna, say things to make you feel great. And it's really for an ulterior agenda. Like, if this is a for-profit, the money that you're giving him is salarying him. Like, this is like, it's going to his pocket. Like, you have to make sure that like things are truly as they appear and be really discerning when it comes to opportunities that come your way. So like, they're telling me about how it's just like, like they're not getting their money's worth and all of this stuff. I just like, I honestly could not believe it because, to be quite honest, I already felt like I was being ripped off by Art Basel. If I had been ripped off twice, Lord, I would have been on the news the next morning. So I'm just like so glad that like I was protected by a no, because maybe it's not even that something coming is better, but that what you're avoiding is actually better. And my mom and the universe knows I'm stubborn. If I want to do something, I'm going to go do it. And so if it's going to happen, y'all are gonna have to work behind the scenes and make that happen for me. So good thing I called my dad to sponsor my trip. I don't even know where I was going with that, but like basically this kind of started to show itself as a theme throughout the rest of the weekend. So many of the things I had said no to, like, meeting up with people at a certain time or like skipping out on a last minute concert, even though I just got into bed, sticking true to myself when like a guy approached me or like, I don't know, really just, I prioritized myself every single opportunity I got and it felt really good. And I didn't leave that trip with any regrets other than those in my own control. Like, how shitty it feels to regret something that you could have avoided? I feel like going into next year or just like in the future, I just want to make sure that I invite my voice to the conversation when it comes to assessing whether opportunities are going to be beneficial for me or not. And not just, taking anything I can get because I'm in such a desperate, urgent place of needing something to sink my teeth into. Like, I'm not coming from a place of brokenness anymore. I think I have enough strength to approach situations with selectiveness. I'd be enraged if I got. And like, I don't have time for that anymore. Like, I feel like, again, life is just pulling me in directions where I don't really have time to repeat the same lessons anymore. Like, at this point, I just have to learn and go. Like, again, after that date, like, I had to wake up super early the next morning with a hangover and a headache and still a half unpacked suitcase. I had a flight to catch. Like, at this point, like, I need to realize that the pace is picking up. And if I'm gonna, continue this momentum with YouTube, like, I have deadlines to meet. I can't really afford to, like, give out my time freely. So I'm hoping that I continue to stay empowered when it comes to making decisions. I think that's what I want to do. Oh, I also got my nails done today. What else? Okay, I gotta finish the rest of this packing.